What's up, guys? Kyle here from the Impact Academy podcast. A podcast that's created to make health and fitness attainable, actionable, and absolutely real for parents of all stages, whether you've got little ones tugging at your pant legs, tweens questioning your wisdom, or teenagers about to fly the nest. I'm Kyle, your guide and companion on this multi-generational journey to a healthier, happier you. I understand that each phase of parenthood comes with its unique challenges, but I believe that a strong foundation of health and well-being is crucial, not just for you, but for your entire family. Every episode, I bring you simple, practical tips that you can use right now. We'll talk quick workouts, family-friendly recipes, and how to be your best self when you're balancing so much on your plate. Today, we're going to talk about kind of some random topics that have kind of been bouncing back and forth in my head. Everything from the 75 Hard Challenge to a new, possibly useful app you can use to determine whether food is good for you and your family or not, and an introduction to my Fit Dad's ReLoaded program. So let's jump into it. The first thing we got is the 75 Hard program. I don't know how many of you have heard about the 75 Hard program or not, but it is a challenge. Well, I shouldn't say it's a challenge. It's a program developed by Andy Frisella of First Form Nutrition. I'm not sure when he developed it or made it or whatever, but it's risen up to be one of the top, I guess, mindset. He calls it mindset, mental development, mental toughness programs, and super popular. I've heard about it for a while. I've known a few friends who have done it, have found success in it. So I decided to hop in and see what all the fuss was about. I talked my wife into doing it as well. So we started it back in end of August, I think. But it's 75 days of 2-a-day workouts. So one of the workouts has to be outdoors, minimum of 45 minutes, 10 minutes of reading a nonfiction book, drink a gallon of water per day, take a progress photo per day, follow a diet or nutritional plan. And the last one is no alcohol or cheat meals for the 75 days. So there is an app for this in the App Store you can purchase for $5. It sends you reminders on checking off your stuff day by day. The catch is if you miss any one of those things, any one of those 5, any one of the days, you start over. Right? So in the app, it sends you a reminder to check off all your workouts. You know, if you did your reading or not. If you didn't, you have to be truthful. It's the honor system. It starts you back at 0. So like I said, we started probably end of August and have been doing it. I think we have like 2 days left. So we're coming up on the end. So for our workouts, the outside ones, we mostly just did walking for 45 minutes. We started off, we throw a 25-pound vest on, for a couple of the workouts. We have some pretty decent hills in our backyard, so we'll walk some hills with the vest on or just walk through the neighborhood. And the other workouts, we followed one of my programs. It was a hypertrophy program. So we did those. For the diet, Courtney followed the Mediterranean diet. So just more kind of lean meats, whole grains, that kind of stuff. Ditch the processed foods. And I've been following paleo for about a year now. So I just kept up with that. And then I treated it kind of as like a bulking program. So I upped my calories to 4,000 per day. I think I ended up gaining like 6 or 7 pounds. So side note, I've done bulking programs before where it was more of a dirty bulk. So just kind of eating whatever you want, just to get the calories in. But this one with the paleo, there's no processed foods, there's no candies, nothing like that. Eating whole foods makes it way harder to gain weight. So like I said, I've been eating about 4,000 calories per day of really just whole foods. My protein was at 300 grams per day, carbs were at 300, fats were at 150 or something like that. But in 75 days, I've been working out twice a day, so burning calories pretty quickly. But it's taken quite a bit to gain the, 6-7 pounds that I did, So testament to eating whole foods. If you want to eat a lot of food and not gain a lot of weight, ditch the processed stuff. Processed stuff, you're going to gain weight super quick. Whole foods, you're going to have to digest that. You're going to have to spend more energy breaking that food down. So you actually spend more energy burning up the foods, breaking down the foods, than you were if you're going to eat processed stuff. So start incorporating whole foods into your diet. For books, I think I got through 2. One was Hunt, Gather, Parent that I actually picked up at Five Below. Pretty good book on families and raising kids in other cultures, specifically hunter-gatherer cultures, which have been around for tens of thousands of years, and comparing those strategies, that culture to the Western way of raising kids. It's completely different. Took away a couple good nuggets from that. I would recommend that if you are looking to see what other cultures do as far as parenting goes. Got through that and then switched to the Bible, the book. Out of all the books I've read, the Bible should be, I figured it should be one of them, right? So I've never really kind of dove into the actual reading of the Bible. I've always, known scriptures or passages via sermons or whatever, but, reading the Bible, and I've only read through Matthew so far, but it's different. It's different. It's definitely, you think back, like this is one of the oldest books on the planet, so it's you have to find a Bible that kind of breaks things down so you can interpret the different sayings, the different parables, because it's really a super old language that's been translated to English. But get a study Bible. I have the English Standard Version, which so far is pretty good. It's pretty easy to understand. So if you're looking at reading the Bible, give it a shot. The water, gallon a day, not super hard in theory, but having to drink a gallon a day takes some strategy. There's been many times where I've waited until 5 to really start drinking it, whether I was busy or whatever. So having to drink a gallon in 4 hours is not fun. Sometimes I'll be chugging water at 9 right before bed, which obviously is going to lead to getting up and going to the bathroom a few times per night. So it kind of wrecks your sleep. So my key for that is start early, be consistent throughout the day. Hopefully you finish around 5, so you get a good night's sleep. The alcohol and cheat meals wasn't that big of a deal for me personally. The cheat meals, since I've been on paleo, I haven't really done any cheat meals anyway, so I wasn't really tempted by that. Alcohol, again, wasn't that super hard. We're not really big drinkers here, but I can see where that would kind of wreck some people. But also, if you find yourself drinking a lot, cutting out alcohol for 75 days can lead to a huge benefit. Not just how you feel, but your waistline for sure. What else was there? Workouts. Oh, progress photos. Hardest part for that was just remembering to do it. But once you do it at the end of your workout and just kind of make that a thing, you kind of get in the habit of doing that. But so overall, results for me, since I treat it more as a bulking program. I did gain the 6 pounds. Hopefully of muscle, but I thought it was good. It's definitely a good practice in consistency, resilience, grit. I mean, you have the plan, you have the tasks you have to get done. So you do what you have to do throughout the day to get those things done. I think that's, that's how I operate. If I have a list of things to do and there's somebody watching. So Courtney and I, like I said, we're doing it together. So if there's somebody watching and I have lists to do, that's where I operate the best. I have some accountability. And I think that's where a lot of people can benefit, is just the accountability of it. It helps you kind of push through and complete the program. Mental toughness, for sure, especially if you are coming from a not following a meal plan or kind of drinking alcohol, a few nights a week. Having to cut that out is going to test you a little bit. But as you check off each day, you check off day 1, you check off day 5, you check off day 10. As you check off more and more days, your mental toughness is going to improve. It's going to get stronger and stronger. And it's going to be easier for you to say, no thanks to those treats. I'll pass the alcohol. I got my water. At the end of the same 5 days, just think how much more mentally tough you're going to be, and hopefully you can continue some of these practices, some of these habits afterwards, and don't just go back to how you were on day 0. For us, we talked about kind of going through it again, or taking bits and pieces that we feel will benefit us going forward. There is other phases of the program you guys can check out. I think it's 75par.com. So give that a look. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a good program. I think if you feel like you don't have a routine, or you need to work on some habits, something like this can benefit you. But be wary that going from 0 to 100 is not for everyone. It might be best to take one thing at a time, right? Habit stack, right? Day 0, start for 2 weeks with the water, right? Get that down. Next up, reading your 10 pages per day. Do that for 2 weeks, in addition to the water. After 4 weeks, you add in, 2 workouts per day, something like that. Because this is 5 things all at once. So if you're not doing any of them, and now you're expected to do 5 for 75 days straight, it could be tough. So kind of know yourself, check in, be like, is this something I can do? Set a goal at the end, tie some emotion to it, have that intrinsic motivation somehow, versus just being like, I'm going to do this program and then see what happens, right? So give it a shot. But so that's the 75 days we've done. We have 2 days left. But going from 75 days to the 75 Power program, to what I think is, and this is completely different, but there's this app that I found. It was recommended to me. It's called the Yuka app. I'm sure there's other ones out there that do the same thing, but it's an app that you can use to scan barcodes of foods, and it will give you a score kind of based on 3 different things. 1 is nutritional value, 2 is like harmful chemicals in the foods. I'm not exactly sure, but it gives you a score from 0 to 100 on if that food is bad, good, fair, excellent, whatever. But I've used it to, like, as I grocery shop, to compare things, right? It's like bread. So we shop at Aldi's, and there's a few different brands of bread, different types of bread. The bread I usually buy is like the honey wheat. So I scanned that, and it came in as poor, right? There was some additives in there. There was sugars in there, stuff you think if you just read the label is good, but then once you dive into it, you realize it's not that good. So I compared that with an Ezekiel or Killer Dave's type bread, and that ended up being like an 80, right? We also do this for like kid snacks, veggie straws, which I thought were decent. Not so much. There's actually a brand of tortilla chips at Costa or at Aldi that scored better than veggie straws. So I'm starting to shift towards getting more of the tortilla chips, more of the higher scoring treats for kids. And I actually got the kids involved into it too. Like we'll scan things and just kind of see like predict what they are. Most times, if they see that the food is bad, they'll go for the other healthy alternative. I don't know if it's just seeing that red dot and seeing that, okay, that food is bad, this food is good. Sometimes helps, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, they still eat their Cheez-Its and their salami and stuff. But, so yeah, the app's been pretty cool. There is also suggestions on there, like they'll suggest what foods are good compared to the food that you're scanning. And they also do like shampoos and conditioners and healthful products as well. So definitely a good app to check out. Like I said, there's probably other ones out there. This is just the one that was recommended to me by a friend. So it's the Yuka, Y-U-K-A app. All right. Last topic here. So being a dad of 3, fitness is always top. It's always top of mind. It's always something that we can preach to our kids. But my own fitness, when kids get busy, can struggle sometimes. But having it as a priority, I find out ways to make it work. But other dads I've talked to, it does become a struggle for them to keep fit. And that can lead to health issues down the line, not being able to keep up with their kids in their sports. You've probably seen this meme or this TikTok going around that the guy says, "Let me be clear, I'm training to, beat my kid in a foot race every day until he's 28," or something like that. But, I want to be able to be active with my kids as long as I can, and be around for as long as I can and live a high quality, healthy lifestyle. So with that in mind, I've created the Fit Dads ReLoaded program for dads looking to get back into shape, the way they were back in their 20s, early 30s. It's a 90-day program. You get a 14-day free trial. If you don't like it after 14 days, money back, no questions asked. In the program, there's going to be a workout designed for you, for the dad, and it's based on what time you have, what equipment you have, custom program based on your lifestyle. We're going to run through a nutrition plan, again, based on your preferences, your lifestyle. It's not a meal plan, but just kind of some easy hacks you can start to add into your life to improve your overall nutrition. There's going to be accountability. Accountability, like I said, with the 75-hard program, keeps you going when you don't want to, right? We're going to meet via Zoom, via text, via email, whatever we have to do to stay in contact and keep you pushing forward to achieve the goals you set. Speaking of goals, if you don't see results after 3 months, I will coach you on my dime until you do. So I've never offered any sort of guarantee before, but now with this 3-month program, if you follow the program, you show up every day, you put the work in, I guarantee you see results, or I coach you until you do. All right. All right. So if you are interested, send me a message, send me an email, Coach Kyle at kfithwc ReLoaded.com. I can give you more info. I'm going to put it in the description here on this episode. But again, Fit Dads, ReLoaded, 90-day program, first 14 days, free trial. You're not impressed, you don't think it's working for you, full money back, and results are guaranteed, or I coach you until you see results. All right, guys, so that was a big brain dump. A lot of topics running through my brain as of late. Hope you enjoyed the episode. I will see you on the other side.